Imagine the world as we know it, but instead of dry land, there's only water. No more continents, countries, or borders. All that remains is an endless ocean covering the entire planet. What would happen to us humans in such a strange new world? Could we even survive? And if so, how? Let's start with the obvious. With all that water, you'd think we'd never have to worry about another drought again. That's true, but there's a big problem with all that water. First off, we can't drink it. That's because it's salty. Ocean water has a lot of minerals in it, which makes it very salty. You can't drink it because it will dehydrate you. We humans need fresh water to live, not salty water. So where would we get our drinking water from? One option would be to use desalination plants to remove the salt from ocean water. Desalination plants are already used in some countries like Saudi Arabia and Australia to make seawater drinkable. However, they require a lot of energy to run, so it wouldn't be a perfect solution for everyone. Another option would be to collect rainwater. This could be done by building large storage tanks or by creating artificial lakes. Rainwater is fresh and clean, so it would be ideal for drinking and farming. However, it can also be dangerous. During floods, it can cause soil erosion and flooding. It needs to be carefully managed. Okay, so we can drink the water, but what about growing food? Plants need water to grow too. But they also need nutrients from the soil. Without soil, plants would have a hard time getting the nutrients they need to grow. One solution would be to use hydroponic farming methods. With this method, plants are grown in a nutrient-rich water solution instead of soil. It's already used to grow things like lettuce and tomatoes. But it's not yet possible to grow staple crops like rice and wheat without soil. If we can't grow food, we'll have to eat something else. Some scientists think that in a flooded world, we could farm seaweed. Seaweed is already a popular food in many countries, and it grows quickly in salt water. It's also packed with nutrients like protein, vitamins, and minerals. But wait, there's more. Seawater also has a lot of salt. If you're exercising and sweating a lot, you lose important minerals like sodium and potassium. So you need to replace them by eating salty foods. In a flooded world, you could simply eat seaweed or other salty foods to replace these lost minerals. Of course, all this food is great, but we also need oxygen to breathe. Luckily, there's plenty of oxygen in the ocean. In fact, about 50 times more than in the atmosphere. The problem is that it's all dissolved in water. To get the oxygen we need, we'd have to find a way to extract it from seawater. One way this might be possible is through devices called oxygen extractors. These devices are already used in some submarines to extract oxygen from seawater. They work by using a special membrane to filter out impurities from the water, leaving behind pure oxygen. Of course, none of this would be possible without shelter. Houses and buildings can be washed away in floods, leaving people vulnerable to the elements. In a flooded world, it would be important to have sturdy, waterproof shelters. Floating homes might be one solution. They could be built on platforms that are stable but still allow for some movement with the waves. Floating homes would need to be made from lightweight materials such as plastic or aluminum to prevent them from sinking. So yes, humanity could probably survive if the world was covered in water. We would need to find new ways to get drinking water, grow food, and breathe. But with some ingenuity, we could do it. It would definitely be a challenge, but it would also be an adventure. Just imagine living on a boat, traveling the world and exploring all the amazing marine life. Flooded world would be a world of wonder. So don't be sad that we might lose our homes, countries, and borders. Instead, be excited about all the possibilities that await us in a watery future. What would you do if the world was covered in water? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching Parallelish. I'm Nova, your guide through the unknown. Want to explore more timelines? Tap the playlist above and keep diving into the what-ifs. Until next time, stay curious.